Amazing Eggs. The words are by Fran and the pictures are by Wendy. Before you were born, you grew inside your mother. Your mother's body kept you safe and gave you everything you needed to grow. But most animals don't grow inside of their mothers. Instead, they hatch from eggs. The egg has everything the baby needs to grow. The shell helps keep the baby safe. There are over 9,000 types or species of birds, and they all hatch from eggs. Bird eggs come in many shapes and sizes. A hummingbird egg is the size of a pea, while an ostrich egg is the size of a large grapefruit. There's the hummingbird egg and the ostrich egg. Some bird eggs are blue. Some have spots. Most birds build nests to hold their eggs. Nests can be made from sticks, grass, string, hair, or other materials that the birds have found. Sometimes they are lined with soft feathers or plant fluff. Perhaps you have spotted a nest in your own backyard. Nests can be found in trees. Some are found on the ground. Bird eggs have hard shells. The hard shell and the shape of the eggs make them strong enough for the parent bird to sit on them. Sitting on the eggs keep them warm until the baby chicks are ready to hatch. After they hatch, the chicks are fed by their parents. One bird that does not build a nest for its eggs is the emperor penguin. A female emperor penguin lays only one egg at a time. The male penguin keeps the egg warm until it hatches by holding the egg on its feet and tucking it under a thick flap of skin. It takes 9 weeks for the egg to hatch. Birds aren't the only animals that lay eggs. Most reptiles do too. Reptiles are a group of animals that have dry, scaly skin, breathe air, and are cold-blooded. Reptiles include all types of snakes, lizards, turtles, and alligators. Bird eggshells are hard. Most reptile eggshells are soft. Alligators build nests and lay eggs in them just like birds, but alligators don't sit on their eggs. Instead, they cover them with dirt and debris to keep them warm. A mother alligator fiercely protects her eggs against anything that may try to harm them. Alligators cry out when they hatch. The mother then digs up the nest to let them out. Sea turtles come up onto the beach to dig deep holes where they deposit their eggs. They bury the eggs in the sand to keep them warm and hide them from other animals. Then the mother turtle returns to the sea and the eggs are left to hatch on their own. The baby turtles dig out of the nest. Then they run to the sea. The shell of a snake egg is soft and tough, making it difficult for the snake to break out. So, as a young snake develops inside the egg, it grows a sharp egg tooth on the tip of its snout. The egg tooth rips the shell to let the snake out. Then the tooth falls off. Amphibians, such as frogs, toads, and salamanders, are another group of animals that lay eggs. Amphibian eggs are different from bird and reptile eggs. They are small and have no shell to protect them. Amphibians lay their eggs in places that are damp or in the water. Most frogs lay eggs in water. The eggs look and feel like jelly. Frogs don't look much like frogs when they first hatch. Instead, they look like little fish and are called tadpoles. Soon they grow hind legs and then front legs, and then their tails disappear. Then they look like frogs. They can jump out of the water. Fish are another group of animals that lay their eggs in water. Some lay one egg at a time. Others can lay millions of eggs at once. Some fish eggs are very light and they float through the water to hatch far away from where they were first laid. Other fish eggs sink. They hatch close to where they were laid. Most of the animals in the ocean lay eggs. The octopus lays its eggs in a sheltering sea cave. The mother octopus stays with the eggs to protect them from other sea creatures. These octopus babies are just hatching. Some octopus babies are as small as a fly. Certain sharks lay eggs that are unique. They are rectangular and have long tendrils or coils. These tendrils grab hold of seaweed or rocks to keep the egg from traveling. These eggs are often called mermaid purses. Can you guess why? Some sharks hatch from eggs, and some do not. Insects are the largest group of animals on Earth, and almost all of them lay eggs. Have you ever seen an insect egg? Most are very tiny, but if you had a magnifying glass, you would see that some are very colorful and pretty. This is an extreme close-up of a butterfly egg, and these are moth eggs. Many insects lay eggs on plants. The eggs may just look like spots of dirt. Bees lay their eggs in a hive. When a bee egg hatches, the bee first comes out as a worm-like larva. The larva matures into a pupa and looks like a white bee. Several days later, it becomes a bee, like the ones we see in our gardens. Goes the egg to the larva to the pupa to the bee. One bee lays all of the eggs in the hive. She's the queen bee. Humans belong to a group of animals called mammals. Most mammals do not lay eggs, but there are a couple of exceptions. One of these is the platypus. A platypus looks like a beaver with a duck's bill. Like beavers and ducks, it spends much of its time in the water. The platypus lays its eggs on land. Scientists believe that all dinosaurs hatched from eggs too. Even the huge 80-foot-long Brachiosaurus started its life as a hatchling. Some dinosaur eggs were small and round, and some were big and oval. Fossils of dinosaur eggs and nests have been found in many places around the world. Scientists can learn a lot about dinosaurs by studying these eggs and nests. They now believe that some dinosaurs took good care of their babies after they were born. Some dinosaurs left their eggs to hatch alone. Eggs come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They grow into tiny birds, giant turtles, colorful insects, and furry platypuses. Some are hard and some are soft. Some are big and some are so tiny that you can barely see them. But one thing is always the same. Eggs are amazing. That's a cardinal, a tadpole, a collared lizard, a caterpillar, a tortoise, a hummingbird, and a platypus. And